Hey guys, Asian Sleepy here with a video response for 49ernation1's question number 15. He asked, which do you prefer, retro gaming or modern gaming? Now, I thought this was a great question for him to ask, but it's a really tough question for me to ask because I'm kind of torn between the two. I love retro gaming, but I also love modern gaming. And I have made a choice, which I will share with you guys at the end. But we'll start off with the retro game. Pros for the retro gaming are there's massive libraries out there for multiple systems, and there's been a lot of great systems released. You have Ataris, you had the NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, you had Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, were awesome systems. You even had Panasonic 3DO, the TurboGrafx, so you had Sega CD, Sega 32X. Had some great handhelds like Game Boy and Game Gear. And he had some great titles. Some ones here I'm going to show that are ones I love the most, like the original Mario Brothers and Mario Brothers 2 and 3 on NES. They're awesome games, and I love playing them today. They're awesome, and I've been sharing my love of retro gaming with my girlfriend and her son, and it's great to see him getting as excited for these old games as I was when I was his age, which is awesome. So I had Mario Brothers, a good title. Loved the classic Ninja Turtle games on NES. They were awesome. So like the Mortal Kombat series that were released. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Awesome titles. Loved them a lot. Even loved the Mario Kart series, you know. They were really great games. Awesome. And another one I liked, a CD-based game for was PlayStation 1, was Silent Hill. This was a great game. I played this thing like, I don't know how many times. I beat it like 20 times or more, and I still enjoy playing it. It's awesome. Let's see, now, the only thing I can think of as for cons for retro gaming is it's getting harder to find games for the retro systems because more and more people are getting into it. So more and more people want it, so it's getting harder to find games. And the only other negative thing I can think of is I just don't like that a lot of games are starting to go up in value and price. You know, especially because eBay, people are trying to take advantage of gamers by charging ridiculous prices for older stuff. I mean, some games you used to be able to pick up for a couple bucks, you know, are getting to be $20, $30, $40 titles. So that's the only real negative thing I can think of there. And also maybe the fact that, you know, there won't be any more games made for these older systems. I know some people say, oh, well, you have the homebrew games, but yeah, they're good, they're fun to play, but it's still not the same thing. But, you know, there's my thing for retro gaming. Now, modern gaming, you know, I love playing my modern gaming. I play that about as much as I do play my retro stuff. And some of the titles that I know, new ones I like are like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which was an awesome title. Been playing this a lot. It's been a little while actually since I've played it, but I did beat it completely with my girlfriend and her son, and it was a fun title to play. I also liked Donkey Kong Country. Now, it wasn't as good as the first three on the Super Nintendo, but it was still a pretty good title. My 360, love playing games like Halo and like the Gears of War series. I've been playing Gears of War 3 a lot online, and I really enjoy it. It's really fun. But probably one of my most favorite games on the 360 right now is Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Awesome game. A lot of stuff to do, and it's a really cool game. Now, some of the positives with the modern stuff is I love that there's a lot longer games out there because they have more space now on their discs to put games on, so they can make them longer. I mean, there are a bunch of current gen games that aren't very long, which I'll get into in my cons, but they have awesome graphics, you know. You have a lot of great new game ideas that are being created out there, which is nice. And I also enjoy that, you know, you can now play games like this, Gears of War, online through Xbox Live or the PlayStation Network. You know, I can't play this one on the PlayStation Network, but you guys know what I mean. You know, there's games you can play with other people around the world, because you can't always, you know, bring friends over to play games, which I used to love doing with the retro stuff. You know, you'd have your friends come over and you'd play Mario or Mario Kart together. I also enjoy the, you know, you can chat with people around the world on your Xbox, which is really cool. Now, some of the cons, and why I'm really not too excited about what's happening with the future of gaming, is they want to get into digital copies. I don't like digital copies. I like a physical thing to touch and hold and have in my collection, know that I can play it, because one thing that's going to happen is eventually Xbox Live and PlayStation Network support for the PS3 and 360 are going to shut down. It happened on the original Xbox. There's content now that you can never download again, like Knights of the Old Republic 1, there was DLC for that. Splinter Cell had DLC for that. If you don't already have it on your Xbox, well, you can't get it now, which sucks, and that's going to happen with the new stuff. Eventually, you know, I'm not going to be able to download maps for Gears of War, and I'm not going to actually be able to play it through Xbox Live because it'll be shut down. Another thing I don't like with the way that gaming is going is they already started with online passes. You know, they charge you to play a used game, which I think is ridiculous. You know, I buy a game, and let's say I sell it and someone else wants to buy it. He picks up, you know, a game. Now this wasn't one that does it, but just an example. You know, pick up a modern game, and oh, you want to play multiplayer? Well, pay me $10 first, and then I'll let you play the multiplayer part, which I don't like that they're doing with the online passes. You know, we can't all afford to pay $60 for a game, so that's why we buy used. I mean, I have a lot of 360 games, but only a handful that I buy brand new. Most of the other ones I bought used. And would I pay full price for a lot of them? No, because they're not worth it. You know, there's some games out there that are just not that great. Like, you know, I love Silent Hill. I just recently rented Silent Hill Downpour. Beat that game in like 8 hours. After what I got out of that was, I was disappointed. It just wasn't the same. It just felt rushed, and they tried to milk the series for money. So that's another con there. I don't like. The other thing with digital gaming is the fact that you only have so much hard drive space on your hard drives as it is, and these games are 6-7 gigs. Well, you can only download so many, and you'll have to start deleting other ones. And what happens when they shut down the servers? Well, you can't download the digital game anymore. That's another negative thing I don't like. Them releasing games that aren't fully complete with DLC, and I was like, here's this game, then on day one, here's 100 things you could download to add to the game. Well, why wasn't it in there? You know, when I bought Mario Kart, everything in the game is there on this cart. You know, I don't download anything to it. It's there. So that's another big con I can see with modern gaming. I mean, if it goes to all digital, then I'll stay at 360 and before, and I won't be continuing on with the next systems if that's what they do. So for me, I choose retro gaming over my modern gaming. As much as I love playing my modern stuff, I would trade all my 360 and Wii stuff to keep my retro stuff, because I know that they're great games and that nobody can take them away and say you can't play them used or charge you content to play multiplayer. You know, I can have my friends come over and we can play Mario Kart or Super Mario World or whatever it is I choose. So for me, I choose retro gaming. And I just hope that modern gaming doesn't go the way it's going, and if it does, well, modern gaming can kiss me goodbye, because I'm not going to stick with you if this is what you're going to. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to check out my boy 49ernation1. He has a great channel and has awesome videos. I want to say thanks to him for this question series. It was awesome. And I look forward to your contest. Alright guys, take care, have a good day, and I'll see you next time.